Yes, people. Morning, morning, morning. How's everybody doing? Back with some Spurs news. Spurs are close to signing a Japanese 20-year-old Taiyaki coming in. Another young player for the books. I mean, look, it's not what fans want to hear. We want to hear you know, the first team signings coming in. I don't know, man. We're really stockpiling on those centre backs, aren't we? Another young one there to go in. Don't know where he's going to play. Don't know how good he is. Obviously, a lot of people have researched him. Again, a lot of potential. But this is not what really Spurs fans need to hear. Maybe that coming in at the end of the window after they've done some decent business would have been better. But look, this is what this club does, isn't it? It buys young players. So where are all these centre backs going to play? Anybody have a clue? We've got so many of them now, and yeah, it's just proper stockpiling, isn't it? Proper stockpiling on the centre backs, and that's we've already spent 30 million on Tell, and yeah, look, it's it's the same old thing, isn't it? With Spurs, we're all waiting for these bigger signings coming in. Talks links to Eze every day. It's getting boring, isn't it? So boring. And then we hear in the comes out yesterday. The guy Matt Law. I mean, obviously, a lot of people say don't listen to what anything he says. He says that there's a cash flow problem and Spurs are dangerously low. I don't know. I don't know. Do you believe it or not? I mean, Levy comes out and says, I want to win the league. How are you going to do it? How are you going to improve the squad this summer? It's going to be again deals, payment plans, loans, cheap options. They're going to miss out on good players due to trying to cut back. It's the same old story with Spurs. Do you blame Frank for accepting this? Do you blame Frank for accepting the this young centre back Tell? Do you think it's his signing? Do you think it's a club signing? And this is it, isn't it? It's all very debatable. What Spurs manager has any control over transfers? None of them really do. I mean, I'm sure they sign off on certain ones, but this is the same old story at Spurs. Would we have saying the same players under Ange? Probably would. Yeah, this is the Tottenham transfer strategy, isn't it? And unless we see, some decent players come in this summer transfer window, it's looking like the same old Spurs, like trying to do things on the cheap. They haven't got the money. I just find it really hard to believe. They're building flats. They're having all these concerts. You know, every week at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, events, money coming in, and look, we're kind of dragging our heels with the transfers. Are they? He's on the list, but they haven't quite decided yet. And Buemo looks like they're going to lose out on. Just throw the money down and get him, pay the wages, bring him in, and and there you go. And then we get going. But look, we're dragging our heels, talking about Eze every single day, getting boring. Yeah, I know that the proper window starts at the financial year starts at the 1st of July, but signings are being done. I'm sure they can be signed off officially in July if that's what it's all about, the money. I just think it's just the same old stuff with Spurs, really. And I'm just kind of rambling on here about Spurs, but this is what it is, isn't it? Like frustration, day to day, looking at stuff, not knowing if it's true or not. Norgard looks like he's on his way to Arsenal. I thought that was a player that Spurs could have got. But yes, I know his age is 31, but he brings in that experience, that leadership that this Spurs side needs. I think it's a clever signing for Arsenal. I mean, Arsenal fans are underwhelmed by it because he's not like a star player and he's not young, and they don't think he's really going to change much. But look, I think it's a solid signing. Um, I mean, Spurs could have been looking at that, but maybe they have somebody younger in mind, similar profile that can come in and maybe do you know, a longer term job. But I don't want a kind of youngster in. I want somebody who is established, maybe a bit younger. But look, guys, it's the same old with Spurs. You know, where's the blame? Frank, Levy, what do we blame the journalists? What's true, what's not? All I do know is that I think Frank will get us set up better for next season. He will put a system in place. We won't see all those defeats. Is that enough? Probably not. Do we want to be winning things? Of course. Can we do this under this board? Unlikely. Consistently anyway. Yes, we won Europa League last season, but Ange, he threw all his eggs in one basket, dumped off the league, and won the cup. You can't do that. Spurs have to be competitive week in, week out. Yeah. And then there's the question is, oh, how can we challenge across multiple competitions? We never got the squad to do it. Yeah, I get that too. But many managers at Spurs have managed to be competitive in the league. And yes, they haven't got it over the line in cups. But look, we've had a more respectable team. We can't be losing every week and just putting it all into one cup. And the next season, the only realistic cups we can win is the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. And again, it really depends on the draw. We can do it. Of course we can. If we get a good run, if Frank's system starts working. But again, fans are going to look back and think, well, Ange won a trophy, should have been given another chance. But Ange is gone now. Ange's little speech came out in a week. Motivational speech. Spurs won the final. We just need to move on from Ange now. We just need to move on from him. He's gone. The club made a decision to move him on. We got Frank here now. All the focus is on the transfers, and if the board do not deliver, I'm sure the protests will start coming back again in the new season, because this club needs to get it right in the summer transfer window this season. Look, it's early days still. There's still a lot of time. It's not panic yet, but again, it's just a frustration of being a Spurs fan. Guys, give us your thoughts on everything. Very underwhelming so far, but look, nobody is surprised of how Levy operates. He talks a big game in that video, but at the moment, no action so far. Guys, give us your thoughts, give us your comments. Anything happening, any kind of rumours, news that you believe. I don't believe nothing. Absolutely nothing I see on X, social media, YouTube. It's all a load of bullshit and lies. And I until I see a Spurs player hold that shirt up, or there's been like a medical terms agreed, something serious from somebody who can believe in as a journalist. It's all just yeah, it's just nothing. Yeah. Look, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Um, yeah, weren't the best of videos in regarding. Let's be positive, guys. Let's be positive. You can't be positive until we see Spurs take some serious action in the transfer market. Yeah, it's been a bit of a ramble, a bit of a rant, but who cares? This is what I want to do today. I've done it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Come on, you Spurs.